We are going to be drawing and painting a pharaoh. All you need is a 9x12 watercolor paper, a pencil with an eraser, and a Sharpie to start. So I am marking the center of the paper. This doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to fold the paper. Just draw a light line down the center vertically, up and down, and horizontally, side to side. So you have 4 squares there. Then go to the bottom left square and you're going to draw a circle. Once you have your circle lightly drawn, you are going to place a horizontal line in the center of the circle. And then at the left corner, you're going to draw a straight line down. And from there, you're going to use that corner to create a triangle. That is where the nose is going to be. And then you're going to use the letter A, but we're going to turn that letter A on its side, like I'm doing here, to make the eye. Now I'm just darkening it in a little bit so you can see better. And then I'm going to come down below that circle to where the chin and the jawline would be. And then I'm creating the ear. It goes roughly from the eye to the bottom of the nose. And you're going to add the neck. And it's going to slant a bit back. And that second neckline is just kind of under the eye. Now I'm drawing a little eyebrow here and the headpiece of the pharaoh. So the headpiece kind of touches the eyebrow, and then I draw 2 long lines upward towards the top of the page, and I'm going to connect those with an arch. And that's roughly the sketch, but we want to make it look a little more realistic and less geometric, a little more organic. So I'm adding some curves to the nose, darkening it in, adding the mouth, just a little line down, a little line forward, a little bump for the bottom lip, and the chin, the jawline, and going up behind the ear towards the hat, darkening in the lines for the neck and the ear and the eye. Ancient Egyptians created these images to go inside of tombs, so they weren't necessarily meant to be seen as pieces of art. They were more meant to act as an aid in crossing over or for those that have already passed. So a lot of times the images that you see in ancient Egyptian art will be very flat. They're also flat because they're usually found on walls in tombs. And right now I'm working on the pattern on the Nemesh, which is what the pharaoh's headdress was called. And I'm just doing a thin stripe and then a thicker, thick pattern all the way to the top. And then I'm going to add patterns inside. You can do whatever designs or patterns that you want. And decorate the Nemesh as you please. I'm using my hand here to measure 1 finger width all the way around the picture, and that will be kind of like a frame. And I stop when I get to the part of the hat that overlaps and part of the nose that overlaps, because it makes the figure kind of look like it's coming forward a little bit. You can use a ruler, of course. I'm just using my hand and a straight edge to create the frame. And here I'm just adding a necklace and darkening in some lines and making some adjustments. And then we're going to outline everything with a permanent marker. And I'm also adding just a thicker line around the eye. I'm going to use 2 flat brushes and watercolor paint. One is an angled flat brush and one is smaller, and then I have my water cup and paper towel. I also encourage you to use your own materials if you're someone that's really interested in art and brings your own materials to class. This is a project where I'd encourage you to do that. I am going to start with the background, and I'm going to use earth colors just to represent the wall that the image would be found on. Now I'm starting with some undertones for this skin. I'm using a marker from a craft store. I think it was Michael's, but the marker is Tombow. It's a water base, number 977. And I'm just adding the undertones for the skin. And once I have the undertones, I'm gonna let that dry and go ahead and paint the necklace and the nimesh, the headdress, and then I'll go back and add some final touches. Here we're adding color pencil on top of the watercolor to give it more variety and different shades of the same color. I'll do that throughout the image. Here I'm finishing up adding some details with the color pencil and adding some lights and darks on the headdress, although the image is supposed to appear flat, so I don't want to add too much. And then I'm going back with Sharpie, and I'm just adding some jewelry, some little touches that I like. Gave it a little nose ring or nose piercing. Darkened in the eyebrow, gave it a little curve up, smoothing out that thick line around the eye, and then just adding some more little dots there. And now I'm going to go back in with my color pencil. And I'm just gonna lightly go over the entire thing with the color pencil, paying attention to the pressure that I put on the pencil as I'm working.